in the heart of our nation's capital in Washington, D.C., we're going to watch the Buffalo Bills take on the Washington Commanders. I am Jake Jordan, of course, joined always by my esteemed colleague, Justice General. Justice, how are we feeling about today's game?
We are feeling great. We're excited here for some Buffalo Bills football as they're here on this sunny afternoon to take on the Commanders. That man, Sam Howell, will be the starter, and we'll see how he does today. They are going up against a pretty good defense, top 5 defense in the last couple of years in the NFL. They also have to take on a pretty potent offense with that man leading the charge and his best friend, of course, Dawson Knox. What do you think it is about this Commanders team that may give these guys a shot today versus the juggernaut that is Buffalo Bills?
I think it's going to have to all boil down to the performance of Sam Howell. He needs to limit his mistakes and make sure to get the ball to either one of his 2 elite receivers in Curtis Samuel or Terry McLaurin.
Taking a look at
he won the job here over a few veterans here in the league. They gave him the reins here in DC to take over, and of course, Farmer they're back at the season. We will see what they do here versus Davis. The Commanders will receive first, so Sam Howell will get a chance to take on this defense, and we are underway as the Commanders have stopped shy of the 30-yard line up to the 28, and here comes Sam Howell, of course, with his Pro Bowl receiver, Terry McLaurin, really good target over there. What is it about this offense that gives these guys a shot today?
I think, too, that one of the big things that they're going to need in this offense today is also to utilize their running backs. We've seen that some teams have been able to have true success against this Bills defense by running the ball efficiently. We're going to see here Sam Howell's going to go under center, and he just drops back and misses his target pretty badly right there. Looked like he had him pretty much wide open to just, if he catches that ball in stride and takes it upfield, he had a step on his defender.
Shaky start there for Sam Howell. We'll see how he does on second down here as he goes on 5 wide. He drops back and a dime over the middle, and that's going to go out to the 45-yard line. Who? Curtis Samuel. Second year over from the Panthers. Or first year from the Panthers, right?
I believe so, unless he was traded towards the end of last season, but I don't believe so. I'd have to look into that. But again, 2 elite weapons for Sam Howell to come in and be able to. And we assume by this point of the season, Sam Howell is probably still the quarterback. Give it a couple more weeks, depending on his play, and it might be Jacoby Brissett who's on their roster. So, and we know Jacoby somehow, no matter what team he goes on, he somehow ends up playing.
2nd and 7, Sam Howell under center. He drops back. He finds a man over on the sideline. That is Terry McLaurin, the Pro Bowl wide receiver. And that is a Commander's first down.
Yeah, and, if they're going to just keep leaving that guy open or the other guy open and Curtis Samuel, the Bills are going to have a rough day if this is the type of defense they want to play. But, again, it's the first drive. You're kind of trying to feel the team out. What are their scripted plays? So what matters is what happens after this one.
1st and 10, ball from the 38-yard line. The Commanders come out in Bills territory. Short throw over to the left side, and that is completed. Another completed pass, short gain, and they are putting themselves here in good position, staying ahead of the chains, and this is exactly what you need to do against this defense.
Exactly. I mean, we saw it last week with the Raiders. Raiders had a real tough time doing that, and then they found a little bit of success and then end up giving it away towards the end of the game. It seems like the Washington Commanders saw that tape and said, okay, we're going to take that same approach.
Robinson Jr. with a brilliant carry up the middle. AJ Epinesa maybe looking out for the option play there, but nonetheless, a huge gap with the hole, and that is a Commander's first down.
Yeah, and this running back room again that Washington has is one of the better ones in the league when it comes to producers.
And
Mm.
another brilliant run there. The Commanders having their way right now with the Bills offense as they enter the Bills red zone. And this defense may be coming out looking a little soft.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they were expecting the Commanders to do here, but the Commanders are actually an offense that can attack you in multiple ways.
And they absolutely are doing that as they come out on a very efficient drive. That's another completion for Sam Howell. He's 5 of 6.
If we had to really look at where we think some of the weaknesses might be here for this Washington team, outside of their offensive line, all of their offensive weapons are at least average to above average, and their defense is one of the better ones in the league with Ron Rivera as their head coach. So this is not a team to sleep on this year.
Not a team to sleep on. And Ed Oliver, newly paid Ed Oliver, says, "Don't sleep on me either," as he gets the tackle for the loss coming in from up the middle.
Well, you can only see Robinson run by you so many times before you finally don't let that happen again. So good on Ed Oliver there to recognize that play and blow it up before it could go any further.
Second and goal from the 11-yard line. Any goal line play from behind the 10 is always good for the defense, but this is not good for the defense. That's a touchdown by Brian Robinson Jr., and the Commanders are on the board.
I mean, this isn't looking good so far. The Commanders, again, kind of finding their groove there on that drive. And, you know, that man right there, Brian Robinson, a big part of why right now they're dancing with 6 on the board against one of the upper tier teams in the NFL.
Yeah, they're trying to find their groove. They found it. They're in their groove right now. That was a beautiful drive. 10 plays, 72 yards, 3 minutes exactly. Can't get really any better than that. Logan Thomas, the former Buffalo Bill, now a tight end.
Why are Josh Allen's arms so white? What in the world was that?
He's glowing. I don't know what that was. So the Commanders get set here to kick it off. Jake, what do you think about the Buffalo Bills defense this year? Are they going to be the same old Bills defense we are used to seeing, or should we expect anything new?
Fully expecting, at least at this point right now, without actually seeing what the Bills look like, you have to assume that they're going to play a little bit more aggressive. Some of the signings that they have made as well in the interior of the defensive line really shore up one of those problems we've seen them have over the last couple of years, which is depth when it comes to people behind their starting defensive line. So, they have the depth on the outsides, but when it comes to the inside, that was something they were lacking. Plus, people who can efficiently stop the run whenever you need them to.
First and 10, and Josh finds this guy. That is Dalton Kincaid. First catch of the game for the rookie, and that is going to move to James.
Yeah, and I mean, again, Dalton Kincaid, little quiet week 1, started to show up a little bit in week 2. Again, he's a rookie. You don't expect much out of him, especially when he's the second tight end on the depth chart, but still one of those guys that when you take him in the first round, you want to get him utilized as much as possible.
First and 10, Josh is in the 5 wide in the gun. He's going very deep, and it can't be brought down. It was almost caught there. Josh taking a shot there on first down.
And, they're kind of being aggressive. We've seen that with this Buffalo Bills team this year already in these simulations, is they are not afraid to just chuck the ball down there and see if they can get a big play on you on first down.
3 straight passes here for Josh Allen, who is plenty of time. He's running. And he slides down at the 39-yard line. That's, again, a 4 on the play, and that would bring up 3rd and 6.
And, you know, Josh Allen there, you'd think on second down in real life he's going to be inviting a little bit more contact and not sliding. But we've seen that also with Madden this year.
Third down here for the Bills. That's dropped. Incomplete on the play. Gabriel Davis couldn't bring it in, and the Bills will have to punt it away.
And that is not the situation you want to be in if you're the Buffalo Bills, right? Is that the other team has a methodical drive down the field, runs the ball up the gut, and then eventually puts it in the end zone. And then you take a big shot, and then just absolutely nothing happens afterwards. And now you're giving the ball right back to them. So let's hope that this defense tightens up here.
How much of it a factor is it when a good team underestimates a team and isn't ready for their best shot and maybe don't come out prepared?
Let me point you back to the Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars 2 seasons ago. That's pretty much the only game that I have to explain that.
1st and 10, and that's another Commanders first down, another Commanders completion. That's 11 yards on the pickup.
And they are just absolutely chugging along. Again, this is maybe not what a lot of people were expecting to see from this Washington team. I know a lot of people seem to think that this team is almost a dumpster fire of a team, but they are one of the teams that are still probably going to be in it.
1st and 10, and that's a 2-yard run. And to your point, Jake, the NFC East and the AFC East play each other this year, and all 4 teams in each division have the top 8 hardest schedules in the league, and it's as a result of playing each other.
Yeah.
Really, most, if not all, the teams in these divisions are good, and the Commanders are no exception to the rule.
Exactly. You know, it's all these teams are ones that you could look at and you could say that team could make the playoffs. And not a lot of divisions can say that. The NFC East literally knows exactly how that feels. As, you know, go back 2-3 years ago, the NFC East was having their division winner go in with a losing record into the playoffs. So,
or the chance to get off the field there on 3rd down, the Bills can't do it because they let the fullback get the 3 necessary to pick up. It was a close spot, but they gave it to the Commanders, and their drive will continue.
And I have a feeling right now that if the Buffalo Bills are going to, you know, keep allowing this to happen, they're going to have themselves quite a long day here on defense.
1st and 10, Howell finds his man over the middle. That's Robinson Jr. again. Sam Howell is 8 of 9 for 78 yards. He is on fire.
I mean, when your guys are as wide open as that right there, I mean, it's really hard to not complete that pass.
Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron as they call him, is very excited. And this Commanders team is fired up here in D.C. as they have the Buffalo Bills on the ropes right now in Buffalo territory, up 7-0 in a 2 tight end set. The give is to Robinson Jr. Finds a hole, breaks a tackle. That's a 13-yard pickup and a Commanders first down. They can do no wrong.
I mean, they're just going to keep doing it until you stop them, right? And right there, he just finds the hole and is able to just use that physicality that he has to pick up a couple extra yards after contact. That's what makes him a special player in this league.
1st and 10 from the Buffalo 27. The Commanders are 5 wide, showing no lack of confidence in Sam Howell's arm in this first quarter. Another completion. He's down inside the 5. Another Commanders first down to former Buffalo Bill Logan Thomas.
Just right there. That's just a great pass. Again, nobody around him, and he has a huge lane to make a big run, get there inside of the 5, and right there, there's a tight end for, you know, one of your younger quarterbacks. The tight end's their best friend. So to have a reliable tight end and 2 Pro Bowl level receivers, it's got to be a dream for Sam Howell right now.
Another touchdown for the Commanders on the ground. This time it's Antonio Gibson. And just like that, Jake, we're barely halfway into the first quarter, and the Commanders are up 14-0. The Bills just look listless on both offense and defense.
Yeah, pretty much. And usually at this point in the game, we're sitting here and the Buffalo Bills are up 14-0 on a team. But now we're sitting here going, okay, this is the first time we've seen the Buffalo Bills actually have to face any kind of adversity, and it's coming midway through the third game of the season.
The kick is up and it's good. That man has a lot of work to do as he finds himself and his team behind 14-0 here halfway through this first quarter. Sean McDermott, newly extended contract for Sean McDermott, as the organization clearly believes in him and Brandon Beane. What does Sean McDermott have to do to win over the hearts of all of his doubters?
I truly believe that this team, for Sean McDermott to beat his doubters, even though I don't truly understand why he's one of the at least top 7 coaches in the NFL today. He's in the upper echelon. He's got a team that is always contending every single year, which is something Buffalo hadn't seen for almost 2 decades. To see anybody doubt this man is confusing. But you got to get to the Super Bowl. That's been the aspirations for this team for the last 3-4 years now.
1st and 10, and Josh finds his fullback. That's Reggie Gilliam, and that's a Buffalo Bills first down. 26 yards on the reception by the tight end.
And you also see that a lot of the narrative going around is that Sean McDermott, being a defensive head coach, is the problem. And you see around the league, lots of offensive head coaches, that's the way that the league is going. But to prove his doubters wrong and to actually prove that he is one of those top younger coaches in the league, as we're going to see James Cook get absolutely stuffed at the line, is to make a Super Bowl. Would you agree with that, Justus?
Yeah, I think at this point, you got to almost win the Super Bowl. I do think that he deserves a ton of credit for what he's done in Buffalo, but, I do think that there's also some validity to the, let's call it the criticism he's been getting. And he kind of needs to get over that hump. He certainly got a team talented enough to do it, as Josh Allen takes the play and he goes 7 yards on that play, and he makes third down a little bit more manageable as this crowd is rocking. Josh has got the exclamation mark above Diggs' head. He finds Deontay Hardy, and that's a Buffalo first down when they needed it badly.
Definitely. And, while we've been talking here, I mean, you can just see the Buffalo Bills have picked up some good yardage and are now down, around the opponent's 30-yard line. So, they're moving the ball right here. This is a must-score situation just to keep you in this game. Even though we know the Bills are a team that can just flip the switch at any time, you still want to keep it close.
1st and 10. Josh finds his man. Great play call there as Josh Allen hits his wide open man. That's Gabriel Davis. 3-year man out of
4-year man.
I thought you were going to say it. It's 4 years?
4 years, yeah. This simulation would be 4 years.
Oh,
this
yeah,
would be
true.
his 4th year. Yeah. Crazy, right? But out of UCF.
There it is. Trips left for Josh as he's inside the Commander's red zone. Another easy completion right there over the middle. That's a 6-yard completion. Another completion to Gabriel Davis there. That's kind of what people were hoping to see out of Josh Allen as his career progressed there. Playing hero ball a lot, but the simple, short pass completion just as he does it. Stephon Diggs over the middle for
There
a
you
Buffalo
go.
touchdown.
Took
See,
a bit of a
sometimes
shot
the
there.
sometimes the short pass can work, Jake.
It can, and we've seen teams utilize that against the Bills themselves over the last couple of weeks. And right there, if you can get a guy like Stephon Diggs that much space over the middle, I mean, you call that play all day until they stop it, which is exactly why they just threw it over the middle about 3 times there.
Tyler Bass, underrated kicker, comes on, and I feel he's good. So the Bills, after getting attacked, punched in the mouth a couple times, they come back and they answer with 7. Sam Howell, who has led his team to two touchdowns in the first 2 drives, will come out and try to do it a 3rd time. And the Bills really can't let that happen, Jake.
No, they really can't. I mean, you got to be able to stop Washington and keep this game close, because right now, even though none of us truly expected it, is this Washington team has come to play. And again, I brought it up when I talked about the best example of a game that would be a team not preparing for a team or taking them as seriously as the Jags-Bills game from 2021. These teams come out and you are a perennial Super Bowl contender. They are coming at you with everything that they've got, because if they can beat you, that shows that they can beat anybody. So they're going to come at you with everything, and that's exactly why the Washington Commanders are going to go all out here today.
They certainly are doing it today, and the Bills finally forcing a little bit of pressure, putting Sam Howell under a little pressure. You think they would do more of that with a young, inexperienced quarterback who doesn't have much, experience starting, but they seem to be giving him a lot of space and a lot of open receivers as well. 2nd and 10,
Exactly.
and the give is to Robinson, who he's just doing whatever he wants. He picks up 7 on a crucial 2nd and 10 there for the Bills defense.
And that's exactly the problem, is that he's doing whatever he wants. It is very apparent that this Buffalo Bills defensive line is not putting an emphasis on stopping that run.
It is to Robinson, and they stop it this time. Maybe we just need to talk more trash about the Bills and they'll start, doing the opposite of what we say.
Yeah, exactly. Like anybody could have told you, that's a run play. That's a run play. Come on.
So, a nice 3 and out there by the Bills defense, doing exactly what they needed in order to get back into this game. Get your quarterback on the field.
Exactly. That's what you need to do, because if you get Josh Allen on the field, that's the best chance you have to win the game, obviously, because he's one of those top quarterbacks in the league. In that upper echelon, as you could say, top 3 quarterbacks in the league today. Put them in whatever order you want. Josh Allen is up there. So, anytime you can have the chance your defense can put him back on the field, is a chance that you can put up 7.
Let's see what Josh can do here. He finds his man over on the sideline. Maybe should have dropped that pass, as it actually was completed behind the line of scrimmage to his outlet receiver, James Cook.
Yeah, and we've seen Cook utilized a lot in the last 2 weeks, whereas today, at least on these first couple of drives, not so much.
The completion is to the tight end, Big Dawson Knox, out of Ole Miss. That's a Buffalo Bills first down.
And it's a luxury, right? As they always say, a really good tight end to a young quarterback, it's their best friend. Even to an experienced quarterback, a great pass-catching tight end is your best friend. Having 2 of them on the roster, or maybe even a wide receiver disguised as a tight end and your tight end 2 with Kincaid, that's a luxury that not a lot of teams have.
It's pretty cool when you can throw a pass to your tight end and the announcer has to wait to see which one it is. Dawson Knox gets another completion there, and Josh Allen finding his rhythm. He's 9 of 11 for 119 and a TD.
Yeah, and I mean, it's those pesky tight end numbers, right? You see it, and you're like, is that the 6 or is that the 8?
Is that
Is
the
it
8?
connecting? What's going on there?
So the Bills are in Commanders territory. They come out and trips right, and Josh finds the open receiver. That's Deontay Hardy. Deontay Hardy, who was signed this offseason, has really, really made a big impact in this season so far, Jake. Can you see him doing that in real life?
I definitely can, because one of the big things that they have wanted here in Buffalo is a true slot that they can have any kind of consistency when it comes to catching the ball, but also being able to get open. And Deontay Hardy offers both of those in spades.
1st and 10. Josh steps out of trouble, finds his man on the run. Naeem Hines breaks the tackle. That strong running Naeem Hines brought a lot of energy to this team, even since he got on the team last year with the 2 kick returns for the touchdown, the game after the DeMar Hamlin injury. He's really brought a jolt of energy that this offense and this team overall has much needed.
100%.
The completion is to Diggs again. That's another completion as he takes him inside the 10. All-pro receiver Stephon Diggs with another great catch here in the red zone.
And to go back to your point about Naeem Hines, he's the 3rd running back on the depth chart. And he is still, that's one thing you can say about this Buffalo Bills team, is they preach depth, 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 and they have it at almost every single position outside of linebacker. And that just goes to tell you, running back 3, if he's making a difference on the roster, that's crazy.
Running back 1 with the carry, that is James Cook, brother of all-pro running back Dalvin Cook. That's 3 yards on the carry as the Bills look to punch it in here and tie up this game. It's funny, Jake, just a few seasons or a few minutes ago, the Commanders were up 14-0, and Josh Allen goes down. That's a sack by Montez Sweat.
Look at that.
Just as it looked like the Bills were making their way back into this game, the Commanders get a drive-stopping sack in the red zone.
I mean, this is a nasty defensive line, and it's one of the toughest ones in the National Football League today. So, this offensive line, I'd say, is holding up fairly well against them, but you knew one was coming eventually.
Anytime it's something in goal and you're behind the 10-yard line, that's never a good thing. The Bills start out 6 yards behind the 10-yard line. They get back to the 10-yard line, and that'll make it 4th and goal, and they'll likely send Tyler Bass out for a field goal here.
Gotta earn that brand new contract. Go out there, make this kick. This is definitely not the same Washington football team that we saw a few years ago, or even that I saw in person at my first ever Bills game. That was nearly a blowout.
Now, the Commanders play in the NFC East, where, of course, you have the world-breaking Philadelphia Eagles, who shot onto the scene last year as clearly one of, if not the best team in the NFL. Then, of course, the Dallas Cowboys, who didn't look very bad at all. The Giants, who had a remarkable season. Coach of the Year, Brian Daboll, over there leading the charge. And then the Commanders. They seem to be an afterthought, but they're actually a pretty good team.
They're a very solid roster, especially in comparisons to some of the other ones that you can pick out. Outside of the AFC East, if you put the Cardinals roster against Washington, Washington has a better one. You put the Rams one. I would say that that Washington has a better overall roster than the Los Angeles Rams do, who were in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So they're definitely a team, while they're young, pretty much their question mark is at quarterback.
Speaking of the quarterback, Sam Howell, with maybe his first miss of the game, he had a man, but he just overshot him.
Yeah, and if you're the Buffalo Bills, you kind of want to capitalize on that. He overshoots him. You've got your safeties sitting there. Maybe try to come up, but that one hit the ground a little too fast as they bring the pressure on him.
Ooh. He felt the pressure, threw a very risky ball, but a well-thrown ball, and it was almost completed, but then it was almost intercepted. 3rd and 10 from the 29-yard line. This will be the last play of the first quarter, and Sam Howell's under pressure again. He gets it onto his man, but he can only get halfway there, and the Washington Commanders lead the Buffalo Bills here at the end of the first quarter, but will punt it away to the Buffalo Bills to start the second. Another brilliant drive by the Buffalo Bills D.
It is, and the first couple of drives, you're like, oh no, what's going on with this team? But now you're seeing the defense kind of settle in to be like, okay, we've kind of figured it out. And we've seen that that's something that Sean McDermott defenses do is they usually adjust. Now I know a lot of people will point to the playoffs, which the lighting on Josh Allen's arms is really bad for some reason. I don't know why it looks so weird, but it's one thing to point to is this team is usually very good at making adjustments, and that's something that they pride themselves on. So being able to do them, whether it's at halftime or in game, they're able to do it.
We'll see how they adjust here again, and that's another first down here for the Bills as they continue to move the chains. Another great play there from Deontay Hardy, who really has become a focal point of this offense.
Yeah, he's just a shifty, smaller stature, like very fast receiver with one of the surest pair of hands in the National Football League, with one of the lowest drop percentages I have ever seen from a receiver.
Josh is under pressure. Oh. He was looking for his man Diggs. Little bit of a dangerous throw. Luckily for the Bills, it falls incomplete, and that'll take us to 2nd down.
And Josh Allen, again, he's not afraid to, throw a ball, like whether it's right there, try to fit it on a rope in a tight window, but right there, very scary situation.
The give is to Cook, who finds a hole, and he takes it upfield. 17-yard run there for James Cook, who started off a little slow, but looks like he finally got it going.
Yeah, we've seen them utilize him in a very great way the last 2 weeks, and you'd like to see them kind of implement that into the game plan this week. But knowing that they're going up a defensive line like this, that it's probably going to be a little bit harder to get those big chunk runs.
Josh Allen finds Stephon Diggs over the middle, 8-yard gain, and here looking at Stephon Diggs, he has 3 receptions for 31 yards here in this first half. They're kind of utilizing him the way I think he likes to be utilized. Get him involved early. Use him to make things easier on your quarterback.
Exactly.
What a move. Nyheim Hines. We just talked about Nyheim Hines and the spark he's brought to this team. Mm-hmm. And there's another impressive move there as he picks up the first down.
Walks over to the Washington Commanders sideline there. And just a move that he puts on a guy to get up and get that first down yardage. That was a great play there. Again, that's running back 3 on this roster. They also have Damian Harris, who we haven't seen today.
Well, we will likely see him in the red zone as Gabriel Davis finds himself wide open there. Another great catch there from Gabriel Davis, the 4-year man out of
UCF.
There it is.
There we go.
And the Bills get into Commanders' red zone. And just like that, they are threatening to take the lead here in D.C.
Yeah, they are. I mean, this is kind of where you need to start really pushing down that gas pedal. And it starts with this guy, James Cook.
Another brilliant run there. This offensive line is really
I love that celebration.
Is that the robot?
I think so. It's the statue.
The Freeze Man.
Yeah, it's the Freeze.
So the Bills go down to the 5-yard line. They started off slow, but they were able to seemingly correct themselves here. We'll see if they can punch it in. And we see the bit of Damian Harris as I predicted, and oh no, Dawson Knox. He falls onto the field and he's slow to get up.
Looks like they're really focusing on his ankle there.
You really hate to see that, especially your quarterback's best friend down on the 2-yard line. You never want to see that, especially if you're a Bills fan. Dawson Knox just got paid last year. Hopefully he's okay.
Hopefully so, and now we're going to have to see rookie tight end Dalton Kincaid get a majority of the snaps.
Josh drops back the pass. He is under pressure. Oh, he was trying to find Gabriel Davis, but he was getting hit as he threw, and that'll bring up third down.
We see Josh Allen complete a lot of those passes, though, where he's going down to the ground but still somehow finds a way to get it to his man. Now, that one was awfully close.
Josh Allen keeps it, and that's a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, who has more rushing touchdowns in the first 6 years of any quarterback in NFL history, and that'll just add to the total.
That is absolutely insane, especially when people talk about Josh Allen's legs, but they don't really put him in the same conversation as quarterbacks like a Kyler Murray or a Lamar Jackson or somebody Justin Fields, a guy that they're like, oh no, he runs. Josh Allen runs, and that's a problem because he's the size of a tight end, and he runs like one of those running quarterbacks. Absolutely insane.
He may not be as fast, but he is certainly more powerful, more strong, and more efficient of a runner than almost anybody in the league. I'd say overall, in terms of efficiency, he's a top 3 running back quarterback in this league.
He could be a top 3 running back too. But we've said it many a times too, especially when you're a defender and you see Josh Allen running at you. That's basically like seeing a bear run at you full speed. Like, probably the best way is you're not going to outrun it.
Right.
You probably got to meet it head on and try to, be bigger, but you're not going to be bigger than Josh Allen. You're not going to big man him.
We saw what happened to that defensive tackle out of Miami the last time they tried to run ahead of Josh Allen. Or was that a linebacker? I think that was Kiko Alonso, where he slammed him into the ground.
Oh, then no, that was Kyle Van Noy.
Kyle Van Noy, thank you.
Put him in the dirt, and then he went back to New England.
The Commanders, losing for the first time today, come back out onto the field, and that's a 5-yard gain on first down. Sam Howell, who started off very strong, he's cooled down a little bit, only going 1 of 5 for his last 6 attempts. Last 5 attempts.
Yeah, and that's what you expect to see from a veteran defense like this Bills defense is. To eventually, they got to get this young quarterback out of rhythm.
And he seems to be in rhythm right now as he finds his second-year wide receiver, Jahan Dotson.
Let's see here. Yeah, just catches it, and he keeps his feet in bounds.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow, impressive catch there.
Great play there by the second-year man. Drafted high. Some even thought the Bills might take him if the football team did it.
So weird not to call them the Washington football team. I like that a lot more than the name Commanders.
Yeah, I have to agree. But Brian Robinson doesn't care about either of our opinions. He's averaging 7 yards a carry, and he is just going full steam ahead.
Did you also hear that, and this might be hearsay, so if somebody in the comments can correct it, but don't they, they didn't fully get the trademark to the Commander's name for some reason, so now they're saying
I know there was a lawyer in the DC area who thought he thought about a lot of the names that they would theoretically pick. He heard through the grapevine what they were thinking, and he trademarked all of those names so that they could pay him for them. and that caused a little bit of a stir. So I actually don't know how that was solved, but Sam
Yeah,
Howell's under pressure and finds his man. What a throw! Sam
man,
Howell.
he is lighting it up today. And for those people who are wondering about what we just said, the Commanders' trademark was actually denied on May 24th, 2023. So they might have to go choose a different name.
Like the football team.
Yeah, just go back to Washington Football Team. I kind of like that name because it feels like what they do in soccer clubs.
Yeah. Football club.
Like, I wouldn't like it if we were called the Buffalo Football Team,
No,
but
we're not losers.
yeah, but we didn't have a name that is problematic.
Exactly. 2nd and 4 from the 16-yard line. Sam Howell drops back to pass. 7-step drop.
Picked
And
off.
he's intercepted.
There's a flag on the play, though.
Flag on the play, but he's intercepted by Taylor Rapp. Roughing a passer. Wow, Gregory Rousseau. That's a game-changing play there as he gets hit for the personal foul after Sam Howell throws an interception. That's a backbreaker.
That's going to be one that he's going to be wishing he had back.
And immediately, it's dropped in the end zone.
I mean, that's one of those plays that you could be looking back at the end of the game and saying, man, if they had actually got that and say Washington scores here, that's something you're looking back on and going, that changed the game.
Absolutely. The Bills will try to stop them to make it null and void, and that falls incomplete. So one more down, and they'll likely stop him to a field goal here, but not getting that interception definitely hurts.
Yeah, and that's a big play, too. I mean, that'll give your team a ton of energy, so seeing that flag get thrown on the field is very deflating.
5-step drop. Sam Howell. Touchdown. Commanders. That's Logan Thomas again. 2nd touchdown of the day.
And I mean, just look at this throw right here. Just stays in the pocket, waits for it, throws it exactly where his tight end can get it, and the defender can't get a hand on it. And right there, that results in a touchdown. Great play there from the young QB.
That's one of the times where the camera now will pan over to Gregory Rousseau and, catch a glimpse of his face.
Whoa. What is this?
Our new camera angle.
The fan cam.
The fan cam. Fan experience. Hope you guys like it. No, but seriously, guys, if you guys want to see us do a Manning cast version of this, let us know in the comments and see what we can do.
Sure, you can see our beautiful faces on the side while the game plays, and we can sit and talk about it.
And be more of our real personalities.
I feel like our real personalities show up through this.
Oh, certainly. I just won't be as professional. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Buffalo Bills, who have scored on their last 3 drives, are now looking to make it 4 straight as they look to take the lead back here as we enter the bottom of the second half. Josh Allen is under center. The give is to James Cook, who finds a hole. He's a little size hole, and he picks up 4 on the carry.
Yeah, and we'll see if they utilize him just like they did on the last drive, which is just taking up big chunks of yardage. And, we'd like to see it flip the other way where they do a short pass over the middle to set up James Cook like they had the last 2 weeks. But, we'll see what they do here.
Josh Allen finds his man wide open. Say it ain't so. It's him again. Deontay Hardy. That's another Buffalo first down.
That surely was him. There's a lot of hims on this Buffalo Bills team right there. And Deontay Hardy, at least today, he is today's Mr. Him.
Him of the game, Deontay Hardy.
The Him Award.
The Him Award. So, a lot of speculation about this receiving core here for the Buffalo Bills and just the skill group overall. Stephon Diggs being the only quote unquote blue chip player. Of course, you have first round pick Dalton Kincaid with another catch as well on his offense. But Deontay Hardy so far in this simulation, he looks really, really good. Gabriel Davis looks really, really good. We've seen a little bit of Trent Sherfield. Naeem Himes looks amazing. James Cook looks good. So this Bills offense really, really gelling so far, and you know, what we suspect in real life, Spencer Brown being the only glaring weakness on the offensive line, and we got a deep ball, touchdown, Stephon Diggs, 17 to 14 equals 6, and that puts the Bills right back up. Stephon Diggs just outrunning the defense.
And just an absolute put it right in the bucket there in front of Stephon Diggs. Pass from Josh Allen. And right there, that's why you have a player like Diggs, is his savvy and route running, able to get that step on somebody. Josh Allen recognized that right away and put it right in the breadbasket. Oh, is that a fan outside?
Tyler Bass knocks it through to put the Bills back up by 3. It's 24-21 here with 7:38 left in the second quarter. And Jake, before I was so rudely interrupted by the Bills touchdown, we were discussing the skill position players and Josh Allen, being one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Does he make guys look better, or is this a really talented bunch of guys?
I think that Josh Allen himself, he's showed it since his rookie year, is that he is able to be that kind of player that can elevate those around him. Whether that was slightly elevating in his rookie year to the second year, getting weapons and guys in Cole Beasley and John Brown that were considered to be elite guys, and those guys become top tier receivers, maybe even getting Pro Bowl bids the year that they're with Josh Allen, and he keeps evolving. So these guys on this team is probably the most talented group of wide receivers that Josh Allen has had, and he will be able to elevate them, which is going to be something special.
Speaking of talented receivers, Terry McLaurin with the catch. He's picking up 7 yards on the play. And I do agree with you. Josh Allen is so amazing. He's such a threat from every angle of the field. You have to keep extra eyes on him, which lends opportunities to other guys. And the Bills need to start capitalizing on that, especially if they want to win a Super Bowl here. As Sam Howell completes the pass. That's a great catch there by Curtis Samuel on the sideline.
Yeah, and it just seems as though, Sam Howell is having himself a day here. Just look at the amount of time he has to let that play develop downfield. That's exactly, and man, that's the second really, really good sideline catch from the Washington Football Commanders today.
So the Bills offense come out, score on the last drive, and now we're playing a little bit of teeter-totter as these teams looking to go on up on each other, and Logan Thomas having himself a day. He's looking to continue to go up top and to catch these footballs as he pulls down a brilliant catch there. That's about 20 yards.
Yeah, and I mean, he was pretty much wide open. He had a whole crop circle around him before any kind of Bills player was near him. So that's just a great play there. And right now it seems as though we might be in for a back and forth affair here, Justus.
It certainly seems so. We'll see what the Commanders can do here on this drive. If they can take the lead or tie it up. Another completion by Sam Howell. And certainly looking good so far. That is Logan Thomas, I believe.
Again, utilizing that tight end. He's been able to really have success throwing it to him already with 2 touchdowns on the day to him. So why not just keep feeding him?
Logan Thomas is a very, very large tight end. Former quarterback, so he's smart. He knows the game. And he's very athletic and is able to catch some pretty good passes. He's a dynamic weapon here for the Commanders, and they're definitely utilizing him the correct way. Sam Howell looking like a top 32 quarterback in this league today, Jake.
He sure is a top 32 quarterback, especially since he got the starting nod. We have to say, too, you brought it up with Logan Thomas as we're getting a touchdown here by none other than Terry
Scary
McLaurin.
Terry.
So right now, you look at a Logan Thomas, and we see kind of a pattern around the league of tight ends that were former quarterbacks who understand how to read defenses, being able to really have success at that tight end position.
There are other examples of that in the league, Jake. Wait, is there another example of that on the other team? Maybe, perhaps.
Oh, maybe, possibly. There's also one of the greatest tight ends of all time in Kansas City right now, who was also a former quarterback. It almost seems like that is a really good natural progression for if you're a bigger, athletic quarterback who doesn't maybe have a chance to make a roster at the QB position.
Sam Howell had a chance to make a roster at the QB position, and he capitalized on it, and he is capitalizing today. He is playing absolutely brilliantly, having a shootout with Josh Allen. As Naeem Hines jukes up the middle, he's taking down the 24-yard line. Hit pretty hard as well. Josh Allen comes back onto the field. As this game of teeter-totter continues, that was alliteration, guys. We'll see if the Bills can put some points on the board and keep this score going, as we are more than 50 points combined, and we're not even done with the first half.
I can tell you right now, did not think we were going to be calling a game like this today.
X Factor activated for 17, trying to get 14's X Factor activated as well. That's a first down for the brilliant duo.
Yeah, and how we were talking about tight ends, and we were thinking of other examples. I was also, I just had Tim Tebow pop up in my mind, and I had to keep myself from laughing because I completely forgot it. Again, Tim Tebow, still one of the best-selling jerseys ever when he comes back in the league. Every single time he's back, his jersey sells absolutely crazy. But so we're going to see just a nice pass underneath to, who's that, Naeem Hines? So,
the rise of Tim Tebow should be in every marketing textbook.
I know, right? A quarterback that I live in Florida. I was there for Tebow mania.
Oh yeah, for sure. We saw it for sure. Josh Allen, he was there for Tebow mania. He's here for Josh mania. He is throwing completions left and right. These guys are absolutely battling. Another completion there for Deontay Hardy. Looking like every bit more and more like a value signing for every play that goes by for this Bills offense.
Especially in this simulation, he's coming in, replacing Isaiah McKenzie theoretically on the roster to be that dude in that slot position who's speedy and shifty. And right there, he's going to get the ball again, or is that Naeem Hines? That's a one.
So the Bills inside of Washington territory. I mean, this is just a really great battle between two quarterbacks, and it's looking pretty good here. It's like an innate quick completion over the middle. That's the rookie, Dalton Kincaid, who follows his blocks beautifully.
Yep.
Great block there by Naeem Hines, and that's the first down for Buffalo.
Yep, and then, instead of going over trying to make anything extra happen, going towards the sideline, just turns upfield, gets those extra yards. That's exactly what Josh Allen has needed from his players, is to turn upfield and get as many yards after catch as possible.
And that's exactly how you stay on the field as a rookie. 1st and 10, Josh is in trouble. He steps out of the pocket.
He's got space.
He's going to run. He got dragged down at the 10-yard line. It was a little dangerous, but he held on to the football, and that's the Buffalo Bills' first down. Great run by the quarterback out of Wyoming.
It's always so dangerous when you see Madden actually let Josh Allen run like that. And when he starts, like when they're running like that and they got 3 dudes tackle him, usually that's about to be a fumble, like 99% of the time.
Sure is. Bills are in the red zone. The teeter-totter is swinging. James Cook carry up the middle. He'll pick up half of it. and it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 5-yard line.
And man, again, if you can run it against this defense, any way possible, it's very, very hard to do it. But right now, we've seen the Bills able to get some big chunk yardage in these situations.
He gave us the cookie
But
again.
not right
Who's
there.
met in the backfield this time? No good. Jonathan Allen is there. Stops him in his tracks for no gain. And
That's just
likely.
that's just another name that you've said. Oh, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat. Oh, who else is? Oh, Chase Young.
Oh, Chase Young.
Wow.
No one's special.
Why?
Josh Allen, the teeter totters again. That's Stephon Diggs again, and the Bills put up a 30-piece in the first half.
And the lead has changed again. This is an absolute. This is fun. This is fun watching these two teams go back and forth. I say we do this for a whole other half.
You know what? I agree. Let's do it.
I say we do that. Now, obviously, if we were controlling this game, we would be blowing out Washington probably right now. But to see what the Madden computers do, which in real life I don't even expect Washington might get 28 the entire game, possibly. It might even be lower in real life. Yeah, if they get that. But this is just fun football, right? If you're not a fan of either of these two teams, watching this team go back and forth, where basically the defenses are making good plays, but they're also getting got because of good offensive plays. It's so fun to watch a good back and forth.
And just like in real life, it's random. You're never gonna know what you're gonna get. We don't control these teams, guys. Mm-hmm. We let the Madden simulation play it out, and we watch and we call the games for you guys. So it's completely random, just like in real life. And yeah, this has been a terrific first half here. The folks out in Washington, D.C. are in for a treat today. Mm-hmm. Sam Howell drops back the pass, and he misfires to his running back. Looked like it could have been a dangerous throw and might have been intercepted, but it falls innocently to the dirt.
Yeah, and Justus, one of the things is we've heard, especially after last season, is a lot of people have said, hey, we wish you guys would commentate the real games.
We've heard that a lot.
We've heard that, and it's actually, I was like, I don't think CBS would appreciate that. I think that what all of those guys do, Jim Nance, Tony Romo, some of the legendary dudes, those are Kevin McCarthy. That's just good commentating, man. We're stupid, but this
professional. They get paid for it.
They get paid to be that good.
They get paid a lot of money too.
Yeah, but yeah. Do I wish we could sit there and actually be able to commentate over games? Yeah, that'd be cool. But I feel like with us watching a simulation, it's kind of, there's less room for me to be mad because I know it's a simulation, Right. Whereas if we were watching the actual game
and the Bills are losing, I'm going to have an attitude.
Yeah, I'm going to be mad. And I don't know, maybe people would like that. I don't know.
Actually, they might like that, to be fair.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do live streams over the game where they react to it, but yeah.
You know what, guys? We'll put a notch in that. We'll see what we can do. We'll see.
I'll get to some of my contacts with CBS and see if we can get a license to
maybe one game or something.
Yeah, just commentate over one game.
The couple millions of dollars.
Yeah. It's like some people have said when they used to watch the Bills games, they'd put the Bills game on the TV, but then they'd have Van Miller on the radio. So sometimes people like that. They're like, yeah, I can't stand these dudes on the TV, so let me just go listen to somebody that I know that I'm gonna like.
Okay, all right. You know what? Actually, I'm writing it down, guys. I'm writing it down. As we approach the end of the first half here, the Commanders are already at midfield, and the Bills come with 5. Dangerous throw there. Teron Johnson was all over him, but the pass was completed, and the Commanders used their second timeout. They've got one left in the half. They're inside of Bills territory, close to midfield. 44 seconds left. They've got about 10 yards to go to get into field goal range. We might see more points in this half, Jake.
We might. And right there, just another pass over the middle. And the Washington football team, they have the ability to, tie it up going into the half. And the Buffalo Bills will receive the ball coming out of the half. So, it's basically going to just keep going back and forth, it looks like.
No huddle for the Commanders, and he gets taken down at the 24-yard line. They're going to call a timeout with 10 seconds left. And that'll bring out the field goal team.
Curious of using, the timeout at 10 seconds instead of letting the clock just run down until you've got like about 3 or 4 where you can get that kickoff and send it into halftime.
Hey, Jake, we got ChatGPT.
I know.
We don't have AI that knows to call a timeout with 3 seconds left instead of 10 seconds left.
You'd think since it's supposed to be the most realistic simulation football game on the market that their AI would actually know to do that, like almost every single coach in the NFL does. But
you know how you pull that trick off? I mean,
actually,
only game in the market.
Man.
So here, after that drive, the Commanders and the Buffalo Bills are tied 31 going into the half. As the kick is underway, we'll see if we get a return here. We can, and you never know with Nyheim Hines. Oh, well, yeah, never know. 27.
Yeah, and just a reminder for everybody, there is no halftime show anymore. So we go right from the second quarter action right into the third quarter action so that we can give you exactly what you came here to see.
So Josh Allen will get ready to start his first drive of the second half by taking a knee here at the end of the first half. And
they're back. Look at that.
That was quick.
I can't believe it. That's the quickest halftime ever.
Thank you guys at the booth for that brilliant halftime show.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. We get into the second half here as we watch Josh Allen warm up on the sideline as the Bills get set to receive. A masterful first half we've seen. 31-31, a battle of two offenses with seemingly nothing to lose. These guys are leaving it all out on the field. We've seen some great football being played here, Jake.
Yeah, definitely. And, this is a rematch of Super Bowl 26. So, or no, it's not 26, it's 28. Correct? Or am I crazy? Am I not a real Bills fan? Do I not remember?
We weren't born. So
I know. I'm going to look that up so that I don't feel bad.
The Bills will start this drive from their 25-yard line. Josh Allen had himself a brilliant first half, and so did Stephon Diggs. We'll see what they can do in the second half. Josh Allen was under pressure, but he found James Cook. Oh, put that man in the blender, young man. What a spin move there by the second-year man out of Georgia.
Great move there by James Cook, and it was, in fact, Super Bowl 26, so I get to keep my Bills Mafia fan card.
Pickup of 10 yards there. And the Bills come out and trips left. Josh under center. But yeah, it was right back to Cook, who maybe missed the hole, but picks up 4 on the carry.
And isn't it crazy? And this is something that, bringing up just to point it back as we get the blurry fan cam. When the Buffalo Bills were at their peak in the 90s, each one of their Super Bowl opponents was a NFC East team. As we're going to see a breakup there, good defense by the Commanders, was a NFC East team. And now the AFC East and the NFC East, again, all have teams that can most possibly make it to the Super Bowl. And it's just crazy how sometimes history repeats itself.
That is a very, very good point. And we
Oh,
will allow
no.
the Bills to redeem
Ooh.
themselves. Is that man again, Chase Young, sacks Josh Allen, strips him, and then Deron Payne is there for cleanup. Not the way that the Bills wanted to start the second half.
No, not at all. Josh Allen fumble. We can see exactly what Madden is trying to do in this simulation already. I mean, we're not even 2 minutes in yet, and we're already seeing the Madden debauchery.
So Sam Martin will come onto the field and try his best as a boomer. Great punt there from Sam Martin, and he brings them back inside their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a great punt. You know, we don't see him very often, but when he's out on the field, usually it's a decent to really good punt. So good on Sam Martin for being one of the least utilized punters in the NFL, but he's still making all that money. Must feel nice.
Must be nice to sit there and just collect checks and kick a few balls every week.
Must be nice.
And I don't even mean in the game. I just mean in practice. You kick a few balls every week.
He's sitting there. He definitely he kicks more punts in practice than he ever will being with the Bills.
Absolutely. Pick up a 5 on first down. He will not be so fortunate here on second down.
I wonder if this is going to be the half of defenses, Justus.
Very possible. I mean, you know, if you're both of these defenses, both two pretty good defenses, really very respectable on both sides, and they kind of got embarrassed in that first half. Maybe they come out and make something happen, although it won't be the Bills on this drive as they allow them to pick up the first down.
You're going to just toss it out there to Brian Robinson, who had the angle and was able to pick up that first down. That was just a great play there by the young quarterback. And, you know, it's going to keep this drive going. And, you know, already it seems as though we're not seeing the big explosive plays already that we were seeing in the first half. And that's to be expected with adjustments being made.
Ooh, dangerous throw there. Outside of the interception and that dangerous throw there, Sam Howell has certainly looked like he can, you know, he can definitely toss it with the best of them as he has come out and pulled up a duel versus Josh Allen. Do you think this is something that can remain consistent for him?
Maybe. I think that, you know, being in the game for this long against this defense, he's pretty much any kind of nerves that would have been in him are gone by now. So you see that Sam Howell, just look at the protection that he has from his offensive line to let these plays develop down the field with these amazing sideline catches by, it seems like, anybody who can catch the ball.
First and 10. The Commanders in Buffalo territory again. He's under pressure. Oh! Kyer Elam could have, maybe should have intercepted that pass, and Jake, he could still be running.
Yeah, he got a hand on that one. You got to pull that one in, big man. You got to pull that one in. That one could have gone to the house.
The second-year corner out of Florida looking to become... Oh, and Brian Robinson bulldozing over Buffalo Bills. He picks up 7 on second and long. And he has definitely pulled them out of a lot of trouble.
He has, and he's just one of those kind of players that Washington knows that they can lean back on when they're struggling in other aspects.
Third and 3. They give it to Robinson. And he gives them great reason to trust him as he is dragging people. And he's inside the Buffalo 30, and that's a Commanders first down.
And this, even though we know this Buffalo defense is great, it seems as though that the Washington, the Commanders, man, that's so confusing, have come in with a great game plan, are able to attack them. That's just what you expect from a Ron Rivera-led team.
Absolutely. As the Commanders under center again. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Brian Robinson with another 7-yard run, and he is almost quite literally averaging 7 yards a carry.
He is doing absolutely everything for them right now, and when they don't have to hand it off to him, all the receivers are, pretty much catching anything thrown their way as well.
And Sam Howell is finding the wide open guy as he does again. That's his main man again. Scary Terry McLaurin.
And of course, that's going to be another first down for them, and it's just, another example of how being patient and given the right amount of protection for any quarterback, you can allow some of these plays to really develop, or even just those quick ones like that, those quick decisions to a player like Terry McLaurin. That's what having players that you can depend on does for your team.
1st and 10. He finds Robinson again. And I gotta admit, I'm not too much aware of Robinson, but if he balls like this in real life, he may be one of the best running backs in the league.
I mean, he might just be, and the Washington Commanders have not been, very bad at actually bringing in brand new running backs and them just being able to fit right into the system and have success. I mean, they also have Jarrett Patterson on this roster.
ED, absolutely. And close to a touchdown. Couldn't quite get over the goal line as the ball was behind the goal line when his body rolled. So it won't be a touchdown. However, it will be a first down from the 1-yard line. The Commanders knocking on the door. Who's home? That's a touchdown. Alex Armand Jr. puts the Commanders up again.
I mean, right there, you see two defenders sitting there, and they just didn't have enough time to get up and try to stop that one.
So the points continue to come as the Commanders put 7 more on the board. We haven't really seen very much of the field goal kickers outside of extra points.
Not really. We just see a couple here in between the two teams, and outside of that, it's been touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. So this is, one of the more exciting games that I think we'll call all year.
So I'll ask you, Jake. Whose offense should be proud right now, and whose offense should be expecting this? And then whose defense should be proud right now, and whose defense should be expecting this?
So Buffalo scoring 31 is to be, Buffalo scoring 31 is, to be expected. Washington scoring 38 points on a Buffalo Bills defense is very, very good, and they are proud of their offense, and that's very, very disappointing for the Bills defense, as they are just getting absolutely picked apart today with defensive coordinator Sean McDermott at the helm.
As we mentioned earlier in the season, Sean McDermott, now the defensive play caller for the Buffalo Bills, as Leslie Frazier took a year off, allegedly after Sean McDermott wanted to call the defensive plays.
And
Leslie Frazier, picked up by the Commanders, and there it is. Just like that, the game flips on its head, and the Commanders go up by 13 points in a matter of less than a minute.
Just another Montez Sweat coming in and just boom, punching it out there for Josh Allen. And right now, Madden is selling.
Who's Montez Sweat being blocked by?
Absolutely nobody, apparently. The ghost of Deion Dawkins.
Is it, or is it Spencer?
From where he came off the left side of the line, that would have been Dawkins.
Oh, he came from the left?
Yeah.
All right, I guess we'll see. Another great play by Chase Young. And he puts the Washington Commanders ahead by 14.
Maybe they had Bobby Hart out there on that game.
They must.
I have Bobby Hart.
So DC is rocking here as their Commanders putting on a show against the Buffalo Bills.
And you can already hear, if this happened in real life, like, oh, Josh Allen went in a shootout with Sam Howell, how people will use that to demean Josh Allen.
Which is stupid because he really should be demeaning the Bills defense. Josh Allen's performance is independent of Sam Howell's, has nothing to do with each other.
and it's very weird, right? How in
Yeah.
a media they'll be like, well, he beat him. Well, it's like, actually, no, the quarterbacks aren't out there playing defense.
Exactly.
So
if both quarterbacks score 45 points and hit 350 yards passing,
yeah,
both quarterbacks played well.
yeah, and both defenses didn't, so
Josh Allen looking to get some points on the board quickly as he finds himself down by 2 touchdowns. He finds his outlet, Naeem Hines, who has just been all over the field today, looking pretty good.
yeah, and this isn't usually a situation we see the Buffalo Bills in, right? So the last couple of games we've seen them up big and they just run the ball to stay in control of the game. Now they're being forced as Josh Allen takes up off the field and makes sure to tuck that ball in as he's tackled by about 4 defenders.
And that's a Buffalo first down. And Josh saw nothing but open field ahead. Maybe you want to see him start sliding after he's had 2 fumbles in this game.
Well, in real life, Josh Allen wouldn't slide. So, that's Madden's at least got it right in that sense. I don't know. Sometimes Josh Allen slides.
He slides sometimes.
Sometimes.
Like 12% of the time.
Yeah.
What a loft there by Josh Allen. He's up at 349 passing yards with 3 touchdowns. Ladies and gentlemen, if the Bills don't win this game, I promise you it's not Josh Allen's fault.
It is definitely not Josh Allen's fault. This offense has been rolling this entire game. They've had a few, slip-ups, but 2 fumbles by Josh Allen, one of them resulting in a touchdown for the other team. This game is a lot closer than it seems, at least offensively.
Josh Allen has some pressure there from Chase Young, who was beat by Spencer Brown on that play. He finds his man on the sideline, Dalton Kincaid, and picks up 4 on the play. Spencer Brown has had some trouble this season so far. Is he becoming a liability?
It was a question mark coming into the season as well, right? Is Spencer Brown going to be able to recover and come back and be the kind of player that you would think in a third year is going to step up and make that leap? And we don't know yet, but at least in Madden, him being the lowest overall on the entire offensive line makes him the weakest link.
Josh Allen under a lot of pressure. He is finding no one there, and it looks like the Bills are going to bring on a field goal unit down by 14 with 7 minutes left in the quarter.
Tyler Bass about to earn this contract some more. Oh, it's a fake!
Fake it!
Why? Why are we faking?
What in
we're
the
faking?
name of all that is holy?
We did a fake holder run? A fake holder run.
Holy cow, Wabunga.
The punter was running. Oh, man. Okay. All right. We've seen enough. If you
guys thought we control these games, now you know.
That's, I can promise you the Bills would never put Sam Martin in that situation unless he was going to throw the ball.
Pass is complete, and he picks up 2 on the play. Sam Howell, 345 yards passing, so just a clinic through the air from both quarterbacks.
Yeah, and right now, after that boneheaded move that resulted in 0 points, the Commanders have a chance here to maybe not put this game away as the dangerous pass there by Sam Howell, but to really just keep their foot down on Buffalo's neck here.
Man, this is a huge third down here for the Bills defense. They almost need this one if they want to come back into this game with the way this offense has been performing. Sam Howell has plenty of time. He's finally faced some pressure. Hey! He's met by 4 white jerseys at the sticks. He slides down to avoid the hit, and he slides down just short of the first.
And it looks like we're going to get the punting unit coming on, and Josh Allen and co are going to have a chance to actually go out and possibly get a redo on that last drive and hopefully come away with some points.
Commanders didn't fake the punt.
They didn't fake the punt? Wow.
Stephon Diggs, the last time we saw this graphic, he had 6 receptions and 100 yards. This time we see the graphic, he has 6 receptions and 100 yards. And one thing we heard about Stephon Diggs is that he felt that when he doesn't touch the ball, the offense becomes stagnant. Well, this is just another example of that.
100% true here. Josh Allen.
Gabriel Davis dragged some burgundy jerseys to the 40-yard line, and a great pickup there from the third-year man out of
UCF.
Hey, we got it now.
There we go. We're on lock, baby.
And the Buffalo Bills need a touchdown badly. Quickly would be nice, although it's not dire at this moment. It is going to become a problem soon here with the third quarter winding down and this offense just being so potent. You have to put up points every time you're on the field if you're the Bills.
Man, absolutely stuffed there. Was just about to talk about how both of these teams pretty much have identical running statistics. And right there, I think even though it was a loss of 0 yards, both these teams are running the ball efficiently today.
2nd and 10. Gabriel Davis is in motion to give it to Cook, who bounces to the outside. He's got space. That's a 20-yard pickup for James Cook. He's averaging 6.3 yards a carry. So some pretty good plays on the run here. Both quarterbacks doing really, really well. And these defenses are having a lot of issues.
They are. I mean, it's just a long day for both of these defenses. When they come out on the field, there's an audible sigh that you can hear all the way up here in the commentator's booth.
Josh Allen.
Wide open.
Finds a man, none other than Deontay Hardy, taking it inside the Washington 20, and they're inside the red zone with another first down.
And right there, I mean, that's just Josh Allen looking over the line, seeing that short little guy out there with nobody around him and just says, hey, here you go. Like, that's exactly what you get when you at least get a little bit of protection from your offensive line and allow those guys to get open.
If you are a fan of the team in white jerseys, then you know how badly they need 7 here. Whoa, that was a dangerous throw. Nearly picked off.
That was a little too close there, Josh Allen. That's what a lot of people think that Josh Allen does consistently.
Josh finds James Cook, who doesn't get very much. He's taken out for no gain, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10 here from the 17-yard line. The Bills needing 7 on this drive.
Yeah, especially, right here in this game is still within reach. They got to go away with 7 after not getting any points on the last drive.
Josh has time. He gave his man a chance, and it wasn't able to come down with it. Wasn't a very high percentage throw, but Tyler Bass is now going to come on and maybe really actually
hopefully kick this one.
The kick is up, and it is good. So Kyle Allen doesn't have another run to the stats for no reason, and the Bills, who now could be down by 8, are down by 7.
I still don't understand why you do a run there on that play when they fake the punt, when you could just do the rollout. Why not just do the rollout? He's a quarterback. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand that. Why go with the run? But I'm not controlling this, so Sean McDermott, computer Sean McDermott. That was a terrible decision.
For sure. And he'll take a knee. And that'll bring the man of the day, Sam Howell, back out to the 25-yard line. We'll see if he can continue his brilliance in this game. And if he can take this confidence that he's developed in this game into the coming weeks to give the Washington a better opportunities to succeed in this league.
Yeah, exactly. They've got some tough division opponents ahead as well. So that those are going to be battles. If they can just keep playing like this, they're pretty much going to be able to beat anybody. But again, any given Sunday. So this might just be their best performance of the year. We don't know it yet.
2nd and 9, ball on 26. Pretty important drive here for the Commanders as they look to put this game away. Sam Howell. He finds a man. Oh!
Ooh.
He's hit pretty hard by Trevin Howard. We saw a lot of Trevin Howard the first couple of weeks. He's been pretty quiet here today, although in his defense, the entire defense on both sides of the ball has been quiet.
Well, maybe that's the problem is I had to go in and I adjusted the depth charts before the game, and Trevin Howard was over some players he should not have been over in the depth chart. So that is why we're not seeing him anymore. But maybe we need to change that.
Yeah, he was definitely performing in the role, performing pretty well. They had his defense pretty good, but hey, they're not looking good today. All right,
Yeah,
that's another first down for the Commanders, and it doesn't look like this torture is going to stop anytime soon. Sam Howell lines up under center. The give is to Robinson, who just again, it's like every time he touches the ball, it's at least 8 yards, 7 yards.
Yeah, it's almost automatic at this point, and it seems like the Bills are just content on giving that up on every single drive.
Second and 2. Howell
Great
drops
throw.
it in the bucket.
I mean, if you're a wide receiver, you can't ask your quarterback to put that any other place. He just put that right in the breadbasket there, feeding Curtis Samuel and picking up big yardage and getting a first down.
So now the Commanders in at least field goal range. The Bill defense needs to make something happen and happen soon. Howell drops back the pass, and he's got a man who stays in bounds, tippy toes up the sideline and picks up 6. These Commanders' offense did not come to play.
No, they did not. And again, you look at some of the names that they have on here, from their running back room to their wide receivers to their tight ends. These are guys that they're not scrubs. They're dudes you've heard of before. So really, if Sam Howell can just utilize those weapons and limit his mistakes, like we've seen here today, throwing the ball 52 times, I don't expect that in the actual regular season. But still, if he can limit those mistakes, there's no reason why this Washington football team offensively cannot contend with every team that they play against.
3rd and 1. The give is up the middle to Robinson, who finally doesn't pick up 7 yards on the carry, but he does pick up the first down.
Yeah, he hits a wall and bounces back there, but that wall was a little bit too far forward, and he hits those sticks and he gets that first down. Is Sean McDermott visibly frustrated right there that he is being absolutely run on, because as a defensive head coach, he's not liking the display he is seeing here today.
The give is back to Robinson, who picks up 4 on this play. So what's crazy is that doesn't seem like a very good run for him. Although 4 yards is a run I think most any running back would take on any given play. So still a pretty decent run on first down. You stay ahead of the chains.
And we're going to the 4th quarter. This game, it's still only an 11-point game. So we'll see exactly what we're going to get here.
Logan Thomas Gets the pitch. He's got blockers.
Oh,
That's a
man.
touchdown.
Wow.
Another passing touchdown for Sam Howell.
And another one for
another
Logan
receiving
Thomas.
touchdown for Logan Thomas.
Another one.
Another one.
He's got 3 on the day. That is absolutely insane. And you know he's probably going to like it a little bit being against Buffalo.
Logan Thomas, the former Buffalo Bill, shipped out of Buffalo, found a home, and really just performed. Became one of the better tight ends in the league at one point. His name has been less talked about recently. However, he is still a very valuable component to this Washington roster.
Yeah, and that's just the crazy stuff that happens when you are stuck on a kind of middle of the road or floundering team for a while. You might be a big name, but you know, with the quarterback turnover and the problems that they've had PR wise, you know, it's not crazy to believe that the players on this team aren't talked about a lot.
Josh Allen is coming back out onto the field. He finds himself down.
Crazy.
And he completes the pass out to Stephon Diggs, who is trying his best to push forward. Picks up 9 on the play. Jake, if your quarterback puts up 400 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and 40-plus points on the board, 30-plus points, excuse me, on the board so far, I mean, how can you expect any more?
You can't. And really, this is a game that whenever they look back depending on whatever the score is, you know, they're going to look back and say that is a team where we're going to get a little bit of a screen there with some success. They're going to look back at this game and be like, that was a defensive failure. And where does that go back onto? Well, that goes back onto your head coach, who's also your defensive coordinator. So,
Agreed.
You know,
looking very shaky in the wind now that he's calling the plays and
another screen.
Holy crap-oli.
2 in a row.
Josh Allen is doing so well right now that we just saw 2 completed screen passes in a row.
I can't believe it. And they actually went for positive yardage. But now Washington's defense has changed to stripping the ball, so don't let them hit Josh Allen.
Josh finds Diggs again. Takes it down to the 41-yard line. And Diggs really looking like the all-pro that he is. He's got 126 receiving yards.
Yeah, he's just getting these big chunk plays, and he's always there when Josh Allen needs him, and he's able to find him at just the right time. You'll love to see the connection between those two, which, you know, everybody likes to think for some reason is strained, but you know when it comes to being on the field, those two are always going to be connected.
1st and 10. Quick throw over the middle. And Dawson Knox fumbled.
Yep.
Washington picks it up. Dawson Knox coming back from his injury. And he fumbles the football away. Turnovers here for this Bills offense. That's been the story of the game. They played phenomenally, but Washington has just played better and forced more turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, you said it right there. Just a key little phrase. Washington is just playing better. That's exactly what they're doing, and it's weird to say because Buffalo has 34 points up on the scoreboard, but right now it's clear that the better team right now is Washington.
1st and 10. Got a 9-yard run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 1. And at this point, Washington just wants to take as much time off the clock as possible. You don't want to see Josh Allen on the football field, especially when you're up by 2 touchdowns. You just want to, you want to milk this clock as much as humanly possible.
Exactly. You just want to get out of here with that W.
Robinson with the carry. And he picks up 1st down.
Let's see here. Is that The Buffalo Bills have allowed over 530 yards of offense here today on defense. That is absolutely disgusting. As we're going to get, what, another 15 to 20 right there?
Unbelievable. This Commanders offense is just a juggernaut today.
Is this a Super Bowl team? Are we playing the eventual Super Bowl champs? The
They are
Commanders?
certainly looking like a Super Bowl team if today has anything.
Yeah, you can tell the
Wow!
man.
Another run there from Robinson. Oh no, that was Gibson. Great run. This offensive line is eating good tonight.
Yeah, and they're just taking the clock all the way down and then just getting these huge runs. It doesn't matter who for. That is how well that their offensive line is blocking, and the Bills just can't do anything to stop it.
1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Howell will drop back the pass. He's under pressure. He finds his man to the outside who picks up 4 on the play. That is a great pickup.
10 receptions on the day for Logan Thomas there. And right now, I mean, you could walk away with this with a field goal and still feel happy. You're just going up by 20 whole points. As a screen gets blown up by Ed Oliver, recognizing that right away. Not going to let that happen.
That's a great play from Ed Oliver. Newly paid Ed Oliver, by the way. 3rd and 9 from the 14. Sam Howell gives it to Robinson. They're ready this time. Ed Oliver. Newly paid Ed Oliver with another
Newly paid. Just putting that out there. That man got paid. And, you know, he gets paid to do things like that. Just go in there and make sure nobody's just running up the middle. I mean, Sean McDermott seems to be very happy about it. He knows he's got 10 minutes, you know, to try to go out there. Finally, his defense getting a stop. And they're still probably going to allow 3 here up on the board. But that's better than another 7.
It is better than another 7. However, the Bills need urgency. It's getting late here. The Bills are down by 21 points. And they need 3 touchdowns in 9 minutes and 49 seconds. It's going to be tough to make this comeback, Jake.
Yeah, it is. I mean, with the way that they've been playing today and the way that Madden is having the ball security issues go against the Bills today is, you know, it's pretty unlikely that they're going to make this comeback here, but there still is a chance.
There's a chance. There's always a chance.
All you got to do is go back and look at some of our games last year with some giant comebacks. The comeback in Miami late in the year.
Yep.
And also the comeback in Thanksgiving and going toe-to-toe with the Lions, and everybody said that was a joke of a simulation, and then what happened in real life?
They did it, basically.
It was the exact same game, pretty much.
Exactly. Draw play here from Naeem Himes, who picks up 6 on the carry. Are the Bills just mailing it in at this point?
You'd like to believe that they wouldn't. Josh Allen would never mail it in, but I think computer Josh Allen just isn't built different.
He's throwing to the sideline. Great catch there. That's a gain of 10. And the first down, Gabriel Davis on the catch. Reception.
And that's where Gabriel Davis really likes to be, is there on the sidelines. He's very good at keeping those feet in bounds and snagging some of those ridiculously high catches that Josh Allen throws to him.
Josh. Ooh, I thought that was going to 2 other people before it finally went to the outside.
I thought it was going to Diggs.
I thought it was too.
It went right over him, and it went to Hardy.
Camera illusion there from Madden. Deontay Hardy with a nice reception, and they're inside the Commanders' territory, trying to get at least one of these touchdowns that they need quickly.
They need one really, really quick here. So a quick strike one would be very appropriate. Ooh, and Stephon Diggs ducks under a defender to get some extra yardage here.
Stephon Diggs going up to children and snatching their ankles.
Oof. Again, we need to check in with the groundskeepers at MetLife, but I think there's still some Jets defensive backs' ankles sitting out there.
Yeah, I saw those. Oh,
Yeah.
dangerous throw there from Josh Allen, who's approaching 500 yards passing. If he passes for every yard on this remainder of this drive and gets a touchdown,
as we enjoy the grass cam right there,
he will have amassed 500 yards passing for the day in what may be a losing effort. Big catch there by Dawson Knox, and that's a Bills first down.
Yeah, the Bills having the most success on a offensive drive, on this one than they have in probably almost a whole quarter. Right there, Dawson Knox, he's got to feel bad for making that big fumble on that last drive right there, really securing that ball as he goes to the ground.
Yeah, the Bills' offense has been unstoppable today. They just let the mistakes shoot them in the foot. They've got 3 fumbles, all three related, all 3 turned into turnovers, and all 3 got points scored off of them. So, anytime that happens, chances are you're not going to win.
Exactly. You can't losing the turnover battle almost like 90% of the time you're going to lose that game if you lose the turnover battle. If it's high enough.
And if you're, playing a comparable team, just a really good team versus a really bad team, you get away with it sometimes. Much like the Chiefs coming back against the Colts at one time. But for the most part, if you're playing somebody of your caliber, then you had better win the turnover competition. As a great catch there made on the sideline, takes it down inside the 5, and the Bills knocking on the door again. Stephon Diggs having himself a masterful day. 10 receptions for 146 yards.
It's a great day on the day for number 14.
They gave this to Cook, who was met in the backfield. Was able to pick up some short yardage on the game, but no points.
Yeah, and we see the coaching adjustment right there, too. They're going to be really trying to strip the ball out here. So Bills need to be careful not to give this one up.
The give is right back to Cook, who falls forward into the end zone. Nice touchdown there for Buffalo as they look to make it a 2-score game here with the extra point. And, hey, it's not over till the fat lady sings.
Not really, but I think I can hear her warming up, Justus.
Yeah, here's some humming for sure.
Definitely, she's preparing some tea. Really get that throat, coated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 minutes and 43 seconds left in the game. The Washington Commanders lead the Buffalo Bills 55-41 as the Bills get ready for kickoff. Jake, if you're the head coach, are you onside kicking right now?
At this point, I would never expect Sean McDermott to do an onside kick. I think he's still going to bet on his defense. So he's going to try to pin them back as deep as possible.
I guess we'll see. Brian Robinson having himself a day. He's got 251 total yards, 126 on the ground. He is being amazing. Him and Sam Howell alike are having career games against one of the better teams in the league.
Yeah, and we just know that. Do I expect Sam Howell to have this kind of performance in real life? No, I do not. But if he can utilize the weapons that this team has provided for him, and man, the Bills just cannot tackle any of these guys.
Yeah, they're getting dragged right now.
They're tired out there. Apparently, they forgot how to tackle.
We were talking about Robinson averaging 7 yards a carry. Gibson averages 5 himself. Howell steps out of trouble, and he's hit as he throws, and that'll bring up 3rd and short. The Bills need this stop badly if they want a chance to win this game.
Yeah, definitely right here. This is a pivotal moment here for this Bills defense, trying to get that offense back on the field so that they can try to get back in this game.
Sam Howell.
He's got time.
He's got him, man.
He overthrows.
Just misses him. So the Bills couldn't really get pressure on the quarterback and left a wide open man downfield with the Washington Commanders cannot convert, and it'll give the Bills life here. As
There's a chance, Justus.
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
This one's going to go over the head of Naeem Hines and just barely roll into the end zone. Stephon Diggs. He's approaching that century and a half mark as he sits at 146 yards receiving.
I say he's getting the 150 today.
He may get the 150 on this very, very. We'll see what happens. As Stephon Diggs is the leading receiver in the NFL coming into this game. Josh Allen comes back to pass. He's got Diggs and more. And even some extras. He takes it to the 44-yard line. Wow. We talking about 150. He's up to 170.
Hell, he might get to 200.
He very well could with another play like that.
And, right now the Bills moving down the field, they need to hurry up. They want to score big and get that chance to come back on the field and score one more time and tie this game up.
Josh Allen drops back to pass. He's got a man over the middle. That's Stephon Diggs. That's another 10-yard gain. Not quite a first down, but he is closer to that 200-yard mark, and the Bills are closer to putting some points up on the board.
Yeah, and he wants that 200-yard mark, and Josh Allen wants to give it to him as well.
Yeah, because even if you lose this game, still having a really, really good game like that. Cool. And boosting confidence as Josh Allen drops back to pass. He's got him, man.
No.
Gabriel Davis with the catch at the 20-yard line.
Was he not down?
He fumbles the ball away. It looked like he was down. He was down.
He was down. What is that?
We'll see a review here. Sam Howell is walking onto the field. We got a little bit of a delay. There is a booth review here in D.C. And it certainly looked to us like Gabriel Davis was down. We'll get a better camera angle here.
Knee is down. Ball has not started to move out yet. That is.
The Bills will retain possession here.
Hopefully. They do.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Yes. So
hey, we're supposed to be non-biased here, Justus.
Well,
Booth got it right. Common sense
confirming my prediction. Josh Allen's under center. He drops back. He's got a man over on the sideline. That's Dawson Knox, who had some pretty crucial plays earlier with that fumble. That really changed the entire game there as the Bills enter the red zone here.
Yeah, and right here, this is that pivotal drive. They gotta come away with points here.
Nice throw there over to the sideline. That is Gabriel Davis, and the Bills are inside the 5, knocking on the door. Hey, this comeback is looking more real and real by the second.
Yeah, it's right there. Gabe Davis just going over the century mark today, too.
Pistol formation. Diggs in motion. They gave us the kick. Met in the backfield by 2 Commanders. That's Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. 2 guys you're not going to break the tackles off.
Yeah, no, you're not getting through that one very easily. Derrick Henry might have a chance to push those guys. James Cook, not so much.
So the Bills will be at their own or at the Commanders' 6-yard line here on 2nd and goal after the loss of yards. Josh Allen under center. The give is to Cook, who
Why?
he's
Yeah.
hitting the backfield again. Jake, you got 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. You used 2 plays on run plays, and now you're 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. You put yourself way behind the 8 ball here.
You are, so you better hope you convert on this one. Josh Allen is going to slide.
Oh, man. Josh Allen in real life is inviting contact there. He slides in the simulation even though he needed 6 yards.
And they're going to go for, okay, they need to go for it here.
Go for it. This is the moment of truth. If the Bills' comeback will continue, he's got
there's a flag.
But Diggs stepped out of bounds on the play. And that's going to be a heartbreaker for the city of Buffalo. The Commanders will take over possession at the 4-yard line. Stephon Diggs thought he had a touchdown, but it ends up being a turnover on downs.
That's deflating. That is absolutely deflating for this Buffalo Bills team. You know, right there, as you can tell, this is basically the Commanders are going to take their victory formations here and just keep handing the ball off as they run down this clock and pretty much seal the win here against the Buffalo Bills. Man, just overall, so many things going wrong for the offense turnover-wise. So many things going right for the offense, just production-wise, and then the defense absolutely failing this team. It's just not a good day for Buffalo. Buffalo's going to use that timeout for some reason.
Head-scratching play here.
I mean, they've pretty much admitted defeat at this point.
Yeah, at this point, that right there was the game. The give is to, oh man, he picks up 4 on the carry, and the Bills will use their 2nd timeout here in the 4th quarter. So we're starting to hear the singing come through, Jake.
Oh yeah, it's getting a little loud. I can hear it through the headphones.
It looks like the Bills will fall to 2-1 on the season. And is this a bad loss for the Bills, or can they salvage this and make up for it in the season?
I really feel that, again, you'd rather have this come towards the beginning of the season against a NFC opponent rather than an AFC opponent. They have 2 wins over AFC opponents, one of those being in their division. And, you know, if you're going to drop the games, you'd rather it be your out-of-conference ones. And right now, you know, what you really need to be worried about is that other teams are going to see this tape and know how to attack this defense.
Yeah, and the Washington Commanders certainly came in with a game plan. They knew exactly what they wanted to attack and where they were going to attack, and they got it done. And they
maybe that has to do with Ron Rivera knowing what Sean McDermott did as a a fumble.
And the Bills, it would have been amazing if this would have happened on 1st down before they used all their timeouts.
Yeah. It would have been amazing if this happened like 4 minutes ago for them.
Yeah, and that's not a fumble either.
Yeah. It's you got to think that maybe Ron Rivera knew the tendencies of what Sean McDermott, the play caller, would do on defense, and that's how he was able to attack it.
So we have yet to get a confirmation, and we'll likely get a booth review here. We do get a booth review here, and the Commanders. the Commanders will hold on to the football as that ball is not out once his knee hits the ground.
No, it is not.
And that is going to be all she wrote for the Buffalo Bills. Jake, is this season looking grim because of the performance here today?
No, because what you know is that your team can absolutely move the ball offensively. But what you're starting to realize is there's still some cracks in this defensive scheme that need to be sealed up. And right now we are, we saw it on full display here today.
Sure. A kneel down from Sam Howell, and that will end the game for us here from Washington, D.C. The Washington Commanders, oh, they're going to punt it away for whatever reason.
Some salt in the wound.
Can't even pin it inside the 20. So
But
now the Washington Commanders will move to 3-0 as they beat the Bills 55-41. A humbling defeat here in DC for the Buffalo Bills. Sam Howell had a tremendous game today, going blow for blow with Josh Allen, and was able to come out on top. Look at this. He 59 attempts, 45 completions, 3 touchdowns. He's had a great game today.
he has. And join us next week as the Bills take on the Miami Dolphins.